What's up, you guys? It's your boy Trippy, and you guys, I have refrained from making this video for so long, but Ben Askren is boxing Jake Paul on April 17th on Triller Fight Club, and you guys, disclaimer really quick, I am not supporting anything the Paul brothers are doing in terms of the fighting world. I'm not trying to create these guys a bigger platform than they've already have made inside the world of MMA. This is Trippy Speaks UFC, not Trippy Speaks the Paul brothers fighting. I understand that. So, I just wanted to talk about this only because an MMA fighter is involved in it. So, I will not make any more videos about the Paul brothers unless they are fighting another MMA fighter, okay? So, can Jake Paul defeat Ben Askren, or better yet, can Ben Askren defeat and silence Jake Paul come April 17th? Well, let's talk about it. So, contrary to belief, I don't think that this match or this fight is going to come down to who is the better boxer. I think that this is more a test for Jake Paul than it is for Ben Askren. I feel like in this fight, we are really going to see how much of a dog and how much of a fighter Jake Paul truly is in his nature, by his nature. We're really going to find out is all that trash talk that he's been talking and all that noise that he has been making in the fight game is going to really come to the surface in this fight, because you guys, I know we don't like Jake Paul, and I know most of you don't even like his older brother like that either, but these guys are actually talented boxers. What? Mind blown. I know a lot of y'all are going to get pissed off at me saying that, but these guys are actually talented in the terms of boxing. Now, if you guys want me to go ahead and answer the question just like this and break down the fight just like this, who's the better boxer? Jake Paul is. I hate to break it to you. Jake Paul is the better boxer in terms of skill. Is Jake Paul the better fighter? Absolutely not. We all know how this fight goes in MMA cage, but this is a boxing match. But due to Jake being a good boxer, how long is he actually going to be a good boxer? So, don't know what I mean? Let me break it down really quick. Jake Paul is very inexperienced in the fight game. Very inexperienced in boxing. Like, extremely. Jake Paul, yes, has 3 KOs, but we all know that they came to 3 different scrubs that don't fight. Ben Askren is a fighter. He has been hit by some of the biggest punchers in the sport and has stopped them. Not only that, he took a flying knee to the face from Jorge. Well, didn't really take it. He went unconscious, but that knee would have knocked out anyone. And as for Ben Askren, his boxing skills are really poor. His boxing skills aren't very great. Matter of fact, before this whole boxing training and everybody, if you were to fight Ben Askren in a 3-round, 3-minute boxing match, you may have a good chance of beating him. That's how poor this guy's striking is. But due to the fact that this fight is 8 3-minute rounds, is going to spell a lot of trouble for Jake Paul. Why? Jake Paul is very inexperienced and ignorant to the fight world. Jake Paul truly believes that he's going to go in there and knock out Ben Askren in within 2 rounds. And I've been watching True Jordy and Vidal, another boxer, and True Jordy's kind of a fight analyst, a casual in my opinion, if you ask me, but he broke down this fight, and I've been listening to their opinions, and they think that Jake is going to go out there and absolutely annihilate him in within 3 rounds. Well, that actually had me believing that that was going to happen. I actually thought that Jake Paul was going to go out there and starch Ben Askren, but after thinking about it and after watching everybody else's opinion, actual true fighters' opinion, and watching clips of the two and watching their fights pretty much. Jake doesn't have that much footage, but Ben Askren has a ton, right? Not of him striking, though. But what happens if Jake Paul doesn't knock him out, which is very, very, very likely? Jake Paul, I believe, is going to be ignorant and inexperienced enough to go in there and try to knock out Ben Askren early. I just don't see a sequence where he doesn't. I don't believe Jake Paul is going to go out and try to pace himself, just because I don't think that he's developed that mindset for the game yet, because he's only fought 3 people. And the 3 people he's fought, he's beaten because they don't know how to fight. Ben Askren is tough and durable. But if I have to see a way the fight is going, Jake Paul is going to start off fast. And in that early moments, in the first 2 or 3 rounds, Jake Paul is going to light up Ben Askren like a Christmas tree. He's going to hit him with everything but the damn kitchen sink. Probably the kitchen sink, honestly. He's going to hit him with everything in his arsenal. The jab, but his favorite punch is the overhand, and he is going to land that over and over again on Ben Askren because Ben Askren does not have the best striking defense. But as the rounds go on, Jake Paul is going to begin to gas out. And as the fight gets longer, he's going to gas out and gas out even more. And when I say gas out as the rounds go on, I mean after the first 2 rounds. I believe Jake Paul is actually going to go in there and try and kill Ben Askren and see that he probably can't kill him and going to gas himself out within the 2 rounds. I will guarantee it. If it's not the second round, it's definitely after the third. Jake Paul will gas out considerably, and we will all witness it because if you watch the Nate Robinson fight closely, Jake Paul gassed out or was breathing heavy after he finally knocked out Nate Robinson. His power is overrated because Nate Robinson was charging at him head first and ran into the overhand multiple times. The other guy was just so inexperienced, I don't even think that we have to cover that, but Ben Askren is not going to do that. Ben Askren only has one direction that he moves, and it's forward. Jake is going to hit him, and he's going to hit him hard, and he's going to rock Ben Askren, possibly drop him. But Ben is going to keep getting up, and he's going to keep walking forward towards him. Jake is the better boxer, but this is where I said who's going to be the better fighter, and this is really going to test him because Ben is not going to back off as long as he's conscious. And Jake Paul will gas out and continue to gas out, and we will see how good is Jake Paul, a boxer, to keep Ben Askren off of him. If you saw any of Ben Askren's highlights, it's Ben Askren, or his training footage for Jake Paul, is that he's not coming in there to box. Ben is going to go in there and try to rough Jake Paul up. And I think every time Jake Paul throws an explosive punch and try to knock Ben Askren out, it's either going to land or it's going to miss, and he's going to end up in a clinch every single time. The clinch is not competitive. Jake Paul is stronger, but Ben is also MMA strong, and that's a difference. Ben is going to grab that head, and he's going to annoy Jake with those punches. He's going to force and push Jake up against the ropes, and we're going to see, can Jake keep that jab moving and pace himself to tag Ben Askren over and over again, because I think whenever Jake tries to hit Ben Askren, he's going to land. But will the punches have an effect on Ben to keep him off of him? That's the thing. I believe early it'll have a bit of a sting. I believe as Jake continues to gas out as the fight goes on, that sting will become less and less. Ben Askren will start taking over the fight if Jake can't or doesn't have the skill to keep Ben off of him and fight on the back foot, because as the fight goes on, that's where Jake is going to be majority of this fight, is on the back foot. Now, this can all be deleted if Ben Askren can't withstand the power of Jake Paul. If Jake does have this type of power that everybody says he does, and knocks Ben Askren out in 2 rounds. Because I believe if Jake is going to knock out Ben Askren, it's going to be in the first 10 minutes of the fight, or the first 6 minutes of the fight. Sorry, it's only 8 3-minute rounds. That's when the knockout is going to happen. As the fight goes on, that chance becomes really unlikely, because Ben is tough. Ben can sit and absorb punches. And if Jake is on the back foot and he is completely gassed, this will be a long night for him. But if Jake goes in there and he has the gas tank to withstand it, I believe that this is just going to be a one-sided beating, because Jake is the better boxer. But it all comes down to conditioning, strength, and will. Does Jake want it that bad? And just simply, does he have the skills to keep Ben off of him? As I see for right now, no. Can Jake survive? I believe so, because Ben doesn't have that much of power. But it will be a rough and tough night for him if he can't keep Ben off of him. But that's been my breakdown and analysis for this fight. My prediction will come as the fight gets closer. What do you guys think? Let's get a debate started in the comments. It's been your boy Trippy, and I'm out, man.